On January 23rd, 2022, heavyweights Francis Ngannou and Cyril Gane are going to fight in the main event of UFC 270. The heavyweight title is on the line. This fight is expected to be the biggest fight in January for the whole world of mixed martial arts. It's the best dramatic storyline we've had in a long time. And even if this conflict isn't as high profile as Conor and Khabib's fight, this fight is not to be missed. Essentially, we have a fight between two students of Fernando Lopez, one of whom went the way of the renegade, and the other who chose the side of the conventional good boy. It's not a conflict between Ngannou and Cyril Gane. It's a conflict between the trainer Lopez and Ngannou.
When you know the truth and that you know what happened really, you should tell to people, hey, please, no, you don't know the truth. The truth is that towel was very cold. That's to cool me down. I've been using this since I began my career, and you never noticed that because everything was good. Now that I lost my first fight, now you start to blast my coach. That's not cool. But no, I didn't say anything. So no problem. When they asked me, I said what I thought was true. I said, we did lose the fight. The camp lost the fight. I did lose the fight. I know that I have a part on that loss. I lost the fight. But I did lose the fight because Francis didn't follow the game plan.
That makes this fight so interesting, even though the championship belt is on the line. Francis continues to insist that this whole conflict was planned by the UFC. It was what the UFC expected. If you look at the video, they were waiting for me by turning on the tape beforehand. They set up that scene. We were led to our seats, and then the woman who was accompanying us talked to someone on the radio. She made a mistake and led us the other way, just where they were all standing, said Ngannou. However, he himself demonstratively walks past his former comrades with a haughty look. In addition to this heat, we also have an amazing confrontation of styles, where one of the most intimidating punchers will face one of the best technicians in the heavyweight division. I didn't know how soon or when it would happen, but I assumed this fight would happen, MMA News quoted the Cameroonian as saying. He's a very talented guy and really good, and in this sport the picture can change at any moment. Everything is in flux, so that possibility has always existed. I knew it was possible, and I expected it.
I can't lie to you that Cyril doesn't have a skill. He's pretty good, and I knew that from day one. He's good. He's really good, and just gonna get better because he just moved from kickboxing to MMA. So I couldn't get anything to push that. He's good. He's talented. That's for sure, and that's the reason why he's there, where he's at right now. I'm just better, man. I'm just better. I'm just the man that's gonna stop the hype.
Ngannou has unprecedented punching power, but lacks stamina. Cyril Gane carefully studies his opponents, prepares for each fight, and knows how to distribute his strength over the course of the entire fight. Cyril is a couple of centimeters taller than the champ, but inferior in arm span. We're going to see two very big guys in the octagon, which means that only one mistake can decide the outcome of the fight. Francis has shown his progress in his last fight when he took a rematch with Stipe Miocic. He's a finely tuned, cold-blooded killer. He's much more confident in the clinch and on the canvas now that he's developed a decent technique to complement his power. The way he defended against Stipe's takedowns and managed to get into a dominant position without rushing through like he did before, now he thinks about how much energy he can use in each round. Not long ago, a video of Ngannou sparring with Cyril Gane appeared online. Many fans and fighters noted that Cyril looked preferable to Francis in this video. For his part, Ngannou called the video a manipulation. The champion noted that Cyril's team did a cut in which Gane looked better. Lopez responded to Francis as follows. First of all, I want to say that I don't see any problem with this record, because whatever happened in the sparring, we see the wrong Francis to be facing us in the fight. French also said in the interview with Farah Hanoun, as for Francis's accusations, who called this video manipulation, I want to say that they are absolutely baseless. If we had slowed down the video, made Francis look slow and Cyril on the contrary look fast, then he would have grounds for such accusations. Also, I'm not claiming that the entire sparring looked like this footage. Some places Cyril looked better, some places Francis looked better. You can see that even from the snippets that have been published. Therefore, it wasn't our goal to make Francis look bad. If we had wanted to do that, we would have published the ending where Francis missed a powerful knee to the liver and crouched down, ending the sparring. That was the same day the published piece was recorded, and I have the full tape. But I don't want to publish it, because it doesn't make any sense. If someone was knocked out or knocked down in training, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't guarantee victory in a real fight. We could have published a segment where Cyril takes him apart and finishes him with a knee to the liver, and Francis slides down the wall and stops sparring. He was sitting against the wall and couldn't move, and Cyril was telling him, "Come on, kid, don't give up, you gotta get up." That's what happened at that practice. If Francis says that's not what happened, and that he was better than Cyril, I've got a tape on me of what really happened. But what does Cyril Gane say about all this? It's true that in the posted sparring tape we had a soft sparring, and I could use my game confidently. There were other sparrings where he had a bigger advantage. Sometimes I was better, sometimes he was. To say he was way ahead? No, that's not true. But it is true in that particular clip, I looked better. Obviously, after sparring with him, I could see what kind of fighter he was. He's not very technically savvy. When we were doing light technique sparring, I was better. But when he switched on his power, the situation changed. I got a good feel for his power. I had never seen anyone as strong as him. Neither in boxing or MMA have I ever seen anybody that powerful physically. If he can't hit in the beginning, it's hard to believe that he's going to be able to keep that kind of power, all 5 rounds. This is where his shortcomings will start to come out. I'm sure if I can avoid his hits and follow the plan, we can win the fight. What does the champion have that the challenger might not have the answer to? Except the punching power, because the Predator really has inhuman strength.
I would imagine there's going to be a lot of everything. I'm gonna imagine in that fight, you're not gonna be able to really dictate entirely where everything takes place. Think about this, right? You got a guy who's arguably one of the best physical specimens we've ever seen in the heavyweight division. You can't think of someone who's more impressive than him physically, right? But when you watch Cyril Gane, you go, man, how the fuck does anybody? It's like Francis has excellent technique. Francis has ridiculous power.
That means that in any case, Ngannou has good chances to defend his belt. All he needs is just one good shot, one mistake from his opponent, and it's all over. But here's the problem. Despite his small number of fights, Ngannou acts as if he's not a good guy, but a big bad wolf. That's why it's hardly necessary to write experience as a plus for the champion. The challenger is very good in defense, moves constantly, and doesn't miss much. The trouble with the Predator is that he is too emotional. That's not going to go in his favor during this fight with the boa constrictor Frenchman either. We expect Ngannou will start the fight with more activity. Gane will become more active from the second round on, when the champion will start to take pauses between his attacks. In the second half of the bout, the challenger's advantage will increase rapidly. It will significantly increase the density of the fight, and it's possible that he will take out the tired big man. Ngannou himself has completely different plans. I think Gane will jump around the octagon and wait for the judge's decision, but I expect him to try to pull me in deep waters. That may be the only prediction, but it goes against my personal prediction. I will knock him out. So what do you guys think? Who's taking home the undisputed heavyweight title? Let me know down in those comments below, and don't forget that the best way to thank us for these videos is your like and subscribe.